Hi, I'm the Element Carbon. Nobody knows me. Nobody knows this YouTube channel. I'm in game dev. I'm an artist, and I'm making this video because IGN's video thumbnails really irritate me. Now, I want to preface this video. I am not angry. I'm not here to troll on them. I'm not here to lay out abuse and harassment, and I don't want anyone who sees this video to think that I'm doing that or to do that themselves. This is a good-natured video. I'm hoping that they change their video thumbnails to be better. This is just me airing some frustrations that I have as I scroll through my YouTube subscriptions and see these just really common and easy to correct graphic design mistakes that they continually make on their YouTube video thumbnails. Again, I'm not a graphic designer. The things that I'm going to say are coming from too many graphic designers out there, what would be an amateurish perspective. But I hope that in this video, I can point out some things that are easy for them to fix and are things that can make their channel better. IGN is a huge YouTube channel. They're a huge presence in the video game world. And I'm sure that the people making these videos, the people putting these thumbnails together are awesome people who are passionate about games. And I'm sure it's not their fault that these thumbnails look the way they do. I am almost certain, all my years of experience tell me that some intern somewhere probably put together a style guide and a template and had all the best intentions of the world, and now nobody's following it. And they're just putting together these thumbnails as quick as they can to get these videos out into the world. And the videos themselves are great. I love IGN, but these thumbnails have got to change. So if you'll allow me, I'm just going to spend hopefully no more than 10 minutes just scrolling through their YouTube feed, pointing out some really common mistakes that I'm sure a lot of people putting together these thumbnails and icons and things like this make, and just offering some really simple solutions to make these things more legible and more consistent, and things that could help their brand identity. Not that they need a ton of help, but at least that would ease my frustration as I scroll through their feed. So without further ado, let's take a look at their channel. You're going to notice right off the bat that they have two distinct thumbnail styles. They have the trailer and clip style, and then they have their kind of bread and butter video style that has the what I'm going to call the block format versus the trailer format. And this is a great example. These are the first 4 videos that were uploaded most recently at the time of recording, and we can see already some huge inconsistencies in the way that they're presenting content. 90% of their trailer videos have the logo of whatever it is that the trailer is for, whether it's a game or a movie, left justified over the official trailer logo, which is bottom left justified, which is great. I think this looks really good. They usually have like a black gradient behind it on the left and also up from the bottom, which I've kind of aped in my video thumbnail. But then right next to it, we have Dead by Daylight Mobile Sadako Rising logo that's upper right justified, which doesn't fit with 90% of their video thumbnails. It's instantly like hard to find the title of the game or movie that they're trying to show the trailer for. For anybody who pays close attention to cinematography, you'll know that in film and TV, flipping the frame horizontally is something that they do in the editing bay constantly, and most of the time viewers won't notice it. If eagle-eyed viewers out there will sometimes catch what could be considered an error in film and TV, where a person's drink will switch hands between shots. This is because they're flipping the frame horizontally. You don't notice it most of the time in motion, and you're certainly not going to notice it in a thumbnail. So flipping this image horizontally and then placing the logo for Dead by Daylight on the left to match all of the other thumbnails would have fixed this problem instantly and conform it to the rest of their thumbnails. Moving on, I love these next two because they're kind of highlighting 2 of the major issues that IGN's thumbnails have, which is just inconsistency in how they use this top title and sometimes not use it at all. You'll notice, and I did it in my video too, that they'll oftentimes put the title of the film or game in this top small block, which is typically white. Sometimes for no reason at all, they'll make it black with white text on top, which if you know anything about how the human brain recognizes text, you'll know is just harder to read. We can scroll down and find another thumbnail for the same game where it's black text on a white background, much easier to read, same light background. So there's no reason for them to be flipping this arbitrarily, which is just really frustrating. But then right next to it, we have a video that doesn't have this top block. There's a lot of reasons why it might not have it, but just for consistency, it's not that hard to find a way to do that. And then looking just below it, we have IGN's weekly fix that instead of having a top block has a bottom block. Like, it's just entirely inconsistent, with some more trailers that arbitrarily have the logo on the right. This Bayonetta Origins Cereza and the Lost Demon gets even more frustrating and highlights another problem that IGN has, which is breaking up the title of a game between the top and bottom of the block. You can see it here in their review where they split the title between the top and the bottom of the block, which makes it read incorrectly. So this thumbnail now reads Bayonetta Origins Review Cereza and the Lost Demon. This gets really complicated when they put a variety of different texts in that center block. You'll see this sometimes in movies like Fan 4 Stick, which is just bad graphic design. Breaking up titles like this is just horrible. The worst offender, which I could do a search for real quick, is the Meet Your Maker. Not the trailer here, but the first preview is Meet Your First Preview Maker. This stuff just drives me crazy. And you'll see it constantly on their channel. Another thing you'll start to notice too is just a wide variety of when they'll decide to, such as in Zack Snyder's Justice League, make the text smaller in that top block versus leave it large and then break up the line. This just crazy inconsistent between videos. And again, like, we'll see instances like this where they'll just get rid of the top block completely and decide to forego this top title and put something in the bottom, when clearly PlayStation Plus should go in that top block and new games added be in the second block. There are so many instances where they'll do line breaks where they shouldn't do line breaks, or break up the title in weird ways. This Call of Duty video is another great example of really weird breakup, where Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Season 2 Reloaded is the title of the game. But not only did they break it up, but instead of doing what they did with the Bayonetta game, they didn't put it above and below that middle block. They actually split it between the top block and the middle block. And then what would normally go in the middle block is now in the bottom block. So it does read correctly, unlike the Bayonetta thumbnail, but now it's broken up in a completely different way that reads correctly, but doesn't follow the format of any of their other videos. And this just goes on and on. There were 2 Last of Us videos that I would have to scroll for a while to find where they'll put this black on white text right next to a video with a similarly colored background with white on black text. This change is just completely arbitrary and doesn't seem to matter for the content of the video. It doesn't seem to matter for how light or dark the background of the video is. It doesn't seem to matter the series of the video. It just seems like a completely arbitrary decision that the person making the video or the video thumbnail seems to make. Here's another great example of breaking up a title for no reason. Resident Evil 4 Demo Gameplay Remake. This thumbnail seems to suggest that they remade their video of the demo gameplay, and the demo gameplay is of Resident Evil 4. This is just really bad typography, really bad graphic design. And again, I just need to reiterate that I'm not a graphic designer, and that even I, as a novice, am able to call these things out and say like, hey, this is not correct. This is something that can be easily fixed. There are so many things that there's so many ways you can fix this and make all of this stuff consistent that won't destroy the look and feel of IGN's identity on YouTube. Another thing, just to kind of make a final point here, is that you'll also start noticing that regardless of title length, regardless of the amount of text in these, that the size of the block format thumbnails, the typeface is just, oh, here's that Last of Us video that I was talking about. We're back to back. It's almost the exact same image with the black on white and white on black text. Doesn't make any sense. But regardless of the title, what I was saying is that they'll change font sizes between video. It's hard to tell here, but The Last of Us in the white on black and The Last of Us on the black on white, it could be an optical illusion, but I believe they're different font sizes. And it doesn't make any sense why that would be. And this actually points out another point, which is that typically they're left justifying the block formats, and occasionally they'll right justify them, and there doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason for that. Different YouTube channels will have different formats for their thumbnails, and some of them are wildly inconsistent between videos, and other ones are much more consistent between videos. And IGN seems to want to go with something that's far more consistent video to video in order to conform with a brand identity. And the fact that they're making these tiny changes and breaking really simple graphic design and typographical principles tells me that it's just sloppiness. But thankfully, as I pointed out, these are things that are really easy to fix. And it only takes a little bit of time in the moment of creation to fix these things. And hopefully as I'm scrolling through these, you're catching these. Age of Wonders 4 is broken up here, so it's Age of the First Preview, Wonders 4. It's simple things. Anyway, I'm gonna end the rant here. I don't need to go on. I could go on all day, but this has just been my life for the last few days, few weeks, where I scroll IGN and I get all worked up, and I don't need to be, which is why I'm making this video, so I can share this with you, get it off my chest, and hopefully someone in IGN sees it and they take a few extra seconds when they're making the thumbnails to think about their type faces and their blocking and just put in that little extra effort to make the thumbnails consistent and read correctly. So I appreciate you watching. Please be nice in the comments, both on this video and on IGN's videos. No one deserves hate. This was a video made in good faith, made in fun, and thank you for watching. Again, I'm Ellen Carbon, and these are IGN's video thumbnails. Thank you.